Hello and welcome. Today we're working on managerial accounting. We're in the financial statement analysis chapter. So we're going to work a problem working with the solvency ratios. Now in financial statement analysis we have lots of different financial ratios. So we're breaking these up in the playlist. Here we're going to do solvency ratios. Solvency ratios are long-term debt. Do we have the ability to pay off our debt long-term? Hey, if you're new, my name is Jeff from Finally Learn. And I'm teaching through the accounting sequence. I've got a lot of playlists for accounting and finance and Excel. So let's get started with this problem. Now for the company below, we need four ratios. We need the debt ratio, we need the debt to equity, we need the equity multiplier, and we need the interest coverage ratio, or the times interest earned. Now, in accounting, you really learn it by doing problems. So let's show you how this works, and let's back in to figure out, well, what does that mean? So you want to make sure you get the answer correct, but then what does it mean? That's the important question that you need to ask. So here we have the balance sheet information. I just have total assets, and I have the liabilities, and I have the equity of the bottom half of the balance sheet. And then I have a few things from the income statement, just net income, interest expense, and income tax expense. Now remember, net income is the bottom number, and so we have the final answer and then a couple of expenses along the way. So what is the debt ratio? Well, the debt ratio is super simple. Remember, the other word for debt, the official word is, the official term is liabilities. So you can say total debt divided by total assets, or total liabilities divided by total assets. So we're going to take the total liabilities, which right here is $216,000, and we're going to divide it by the total assets. Now, you know this, just to remind you that the total assets has to equal the total liabilities and equity. So we could divide by this 478,600. It doesn't have to be the assets, but I want you to know what that is. And so remember the accounting equation, assets have to equal liabilities plus equity. So here we go with our debt ratio. We're going to make this a percentage. One of the things you want to pay attention to is, how is this shown? Is it a decimal? Is it a percentage? Is it a dollar amount? And so this is going to be a percentage. In fact, several of these are going to be percentages. So make sure you pay attention if this is a percentage. So this says what? Well, for every $1 of assets, we finance that assets by 45 cents, or 45% of debt. So that means all our assets are financed by 45% debt. The previous year, it's only 39%. So we actually increase the amount relative to our assets, the percentage of debt. Now, the other side of that is equity. So if this is right at 39%, then we have about 61% equity. This one we have about 55% equity. Now, we want to figure out, is this a deliberate decision, or this just happened, we have more debt, we have more debt. Is that a problem, or is that we decided, hey, we think we're going to have a little bit higher percentage of debt? So that's what debt ratio is. We're trying to figure out, we're really, really worried about, can we pay off our debts when they become due? So here we have 45% debt in the current year. Now, these next two, debt to equity, which is debt divided by equity, and then equity multiplier, which is assets divided by equity, these all relate to this same problem here. And so we're just working with the balance sheet. Sometimes we want to know total debt ratio, and sometimes we want to know, well, what's the debt compared to the equity? And then sometimes we want to compare the assets to equity. So we're looking at the same thing really with three different views, or three different sides of this. All right, so our total liabilities are going to be $216,000, debt to equity, and we're going to divide by our total equity, which is 95 plus the 167. I need to start a parentheses or a bracket, and then what we have, this is also going to be a percentage. So this says, look, for every dollar in equity, we turn around and borrow 82 cents. So this shows the relationship between how much equity our owners put in or how much we retain by having net income versus how much our liabilities are. So this is like saying for every $1 of equity, we go to the bank and borrow 82 cents. For every $100, we borrow $82. What was it the year before? Well, it was 64%. So we have increased our debt. We saw this here, but this is another way to say the same thing. We've increased our debt to equity. For every dollar of equity, we had 64 cents in debt. Now we have 82 cents. So what number is optimal? Is this getting to be too high, or we're fine with this? This is where we want to be. So things like that, we want to ask those questions. Now the next one is similar type thing, except we're going to take assets divided by equity. And let's do the math, and then we'll come up and try to figure out what it means. Assets divided by, and our equity here, we're going to start with the parentheses. We're going to do the 95 plus the 167. And then divide that out. So it's assets divided by your total equity. You can see how that works. And so this number is going to be just a number rather than a percentage. And sometimes we call this is a multiplier or whatever, a multiple. So 182 and the previous year was 164. Now, what do you notice about these two numbers? Well, these two numbers are related. 82% plus 1 is going to be 182%. So these two ratios are connected. You just have to add 1 to it basically. Now typically on equity multiplier, we do it as a number amount here. It could be a percentage. If it were, it'd be 182%, right? Or 164%. But basically we're saying, look, for every dollar of equity, we get to control $1.82 of total assets. Now, all three of these are solvency ratios. It relates to how much long-term debt we have, how much debt we have, do we have the ability to pay that off over time. Now, we have another one that's going to be a little different, and this is called the interest coverage. Now, on long-term debt, we're going to have interest because we're borrowing money and we pay interest, and so we need to come up with how effectively are we able to handle paying off that interest? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Our formula is EBIT, which stands for earnings before interest and taxes. EBIT, earnings before interest and taxes, divided by interest expense. Now, you might say, hey, what is EBIT? Well, here it is right here. EBIT is net income, and we're going to add the interest, we're going to add the tax. Now, it could be on a little income statement. So let's, you could do this and say EBIT minus interest. Let's do the, where you can kind of see. And then minus the tax, you would get the net income number. So we're going to kind of start with the net income and work our way back. So what is our EBIT number for the very first year? Or for the current year, and then we'll do the previous year. So here on the numerator, we're going to do EBIT. So here's what we need. We need to take net income, go up here, net income plus interest plus tax. That's going to be our earnings before we paid the interest and the tax. All that divided by your interest expense, which is that 12,100 number. Let's calculate the number, and let's. This also is going to be a multiple, so 4.36, and then let's do it across. All right, so here is the interest coverage, or the times interest earned ratio. So what it says is we could have paid our interest with our earnings before interest and taxes, our EBIT. We could have paid our interest 3 times here. Here, in the current year, we could have paid it 4.36 times. So we're saying, hey, is interest getting to be too much? Are you drowning in interest? Well, you have the ability to pay it 4 times in the current year rather than the previous year. So this is one of the metrics you keep up with. Higher is better. We'd like this number to be 5 or 6 or 7 rather than 4 or 3 or 2. So that also relates to, well, how much debt do you have? How much interest are you paying? Is it getting to be a big burden? Are you having a hard time paying off that interest expense? So this is how you do the solvency ratios. We had 4 solvency ratios. I've got a whole playlist on managerial accounting, a whole playlist on the financial statement analysis. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.